Hello, guys. Today we have an amazing director with us. It is his debut. He directed Kalamkaval. Thank you so much for joining us. We're super excited. Thank you for giving us the time. And congratulations on your debut.
Thank you. I'm really excited for about the success of the film, and thank you so much for giving an opportunity to talk about the film.
Yes, 100% with such a unique story. And
Yeah,
there's one question that we've been dying to ask you. And you picked such a dark theme for your debut. It is not easy. And
yeah,
I know you also were part of the writing. It was with
yeah,
you
yeah,
and also with Jishnu, if I'm not
yeah. Yes,
mistaken.
yes, yeah. You are right.
How you came up with that decision to start your career with such a dark and challenging theme?
It never felt like a big challenge for me because the primary reason behind I chose this subject is I had a kind of obsession towards crime thrillers and crime dramas. From the beginning itself, I always felt like I have a kind of confidence in dealing that genre. Like many other cinephiles, I was also very much excited about watching those kind of films throughout my life. And while thinking about a debut, I always thought like it's better to go with the genre in which you have the most confidence about. So this was my favorite genre, and this is my genre. This is the genre in which I have most confidence also. So I tried to get a plot related to crime and crime thrillers, and ended up picking this one. I never felt like it's a big challenge or anything because I always felt like we have an audience who are familiar with this kind of genres and this kind of films, and especially after the post-COVID era, the film literacy of people have been evolved in a very positive manner. So I didn't have any kind of anxiety about this kind of subject or genre. I was always worried about is my screenplay is good or not. It was the only worrying thing.
Yes, it is good that you took that you went with something familiar, but still, I feel because you helped me read it down, how you came up with the idea, like, yes, I want to write this, I know you got inspired by the cyanide case, by the
Yeah,
killer, but
yeah.
in there, how you took the decision, like, I want to make this fiction, I want to take this from the real part, how did it come up?
The real reason is why we were discussing about this main particular the science story. It's a very interesting story, but the real problem lying with that is it is a very familiar story to all of the audience. Everybody know about this story. So while thinking about making a film on it, the main challenge existed there was to make an excitement to the audience in the audience who already know the story. So to tackle that challenge, we are trying to figure out to get a new narrative or something like that. While discussing with another friend, we got the idea of another real incident. Maybe the people who have watched the film may some people may have understood this that particular incident. We had another serial killer story from Bangalore. I cannot reveal the details about it right now because it may affect the people's judgmental thing right there. So while thinking about that story, I felt like we can blend both stories into make a new different thing. That's the main reason behind this selection because that gave a freedom to explore the character in a different manner and create some surprise elements, especially towards the interval sequence and towards the climax sequence. That decision of placing him in another particular profession that thought gave us the confidence to move forward with this subject.
How long it took you to write this story? Because we know a lot about the movies and all, but the real process that is behind you, the brains you put behind it, how it was
Yeah.
for you.
It was like my style of writing is like thinking about the screenplay for a very long time and making the skeleton of the screenplay in 4 or 5 pages, like a rough scene division or something. So it was not like I was simply sitting in it forever. I was working in other films and I was doing other things but this subject was always in my mind. I was always constantly discussing with Jishnu and developing it in that manner. And I developed this skeleton I mentioned in 5 6 pages with a proper scene division. That included around 80 or 90 scenes. I wrote every scene in single line or 2 3 lines. That way, we could construct the skeleton of the film in 5 6 pages. It took some time. It took maybe 1 year or something. Then after finishing it, we processed it again and again and again and made a proper scene order. Then we started writing the thing. That writing process took 3 weeks or something like that. But that thinking process and that designing of that whole skeleton thing that took more time. I think it's my style of writing. It's a very subjective thing. It varies with people.
And another thing in here that, as it was your debut film,
Yeah,
casting Mammootty sir, it was something huge. I guess for
yeah,
everyone, Mammootty sir is just someone
yeah, yeah,
that amazes us. And first of all, having him as a serial killer in such
yeah,
a dark role that he hasn't
mm,
done previously, like this with
yeah,
such intensity. How it
yeah.
was for you to watch him, like what it made you feel, and how you took that decision to cast Mammootty sir as the villain.
That decision was one of the most exciting things happened in this whole journey of this film, because we know the audience have been evolved in such a way that they are ready to see him in that manner. The history has many proofs for that. There was this Brahmayugam, the Pulu. There are many other films in which he took characters with gray shade, and it has a very long history from Vidayan, Palaramanikam. There are many examples. Many of them are successful films also, and it was actually a very exciting thing for me, because we know Mammookka, what kind of an actor he is, what a legendary actor he is, and his capabilities to explore different dimensions and different types of characters. So if he is excited about doing this character, then it's going to be something. That thought was there from the beginning itself, because it made me very excited. Because we know what we have written in the paper. So if an actor like Mahmood is going to do it, it's going to be a blast. That was the thought we had in the mind. And from the day of the shoot, from the first day of the shoot itself, that thing evolved in a positive manner, because he started to contribute us in a very positive manner. He was always thinking about the character, and he was always thinking about how he can improvise every particular scene with his minute contributions. That gave us an additional high and an additional driving force in the whole filmmaking. I think it's only because of his presence and his charisma and his capability as an actor. I don't know whether any other actor can provide that kind of thing. So the whole process was really exciting. It was not like we are tensed about his portraying of this character or something like that. We are only excited about it. That is the
As an audience, I personally, there were parts that gave me the goosebumps when I was watching
yeah,
his acting.
yeah,
And
yeah.
was there any part for you as a director that you felt the same thing while you were directing the movie, while everything was going on, that when he got into the character, that you felt like, wow, this looks completely like a different person, or he's looking scary, or what? Like,
Yeah, there are.
were there anything?
Uh, there are many instances. There's a cigarette chewing scene. That was completely his idea. While shooting that scene, I narrated the short division for him, and we told him we are gonna land the shot on his face in the end. So we had to carry the whole emotion from his face only, from the emotions he emotes through his face only. So there was the cigar with his hand. So I told him it's going to be some kind of an objection for you to act in that particular action sequence. So you can lose it while there's a mask during the walk. But he told me he's going to do something else with that cigar. Just wait and see. Then he went on to do that chewing scene. That was really a surprising thing, and the whole set was on kind of a goosebumps or something, because my friend who was standing near me, he showed me his hands, like he's having that kind of a goosebump or something. And I was also feeling the same thing. And the moment I said cut, the whole crew around us started clapping. It was such a moment, because nobody expected him to do something like that, because he was carrying an original cigar, and that is one of the most memorable thing during the shoot. And there were some small moments while there are there are a lot of scenes in means he's expressing his romantic side towards different women. Those were also very mesmerizing things. He was very charmed and he had an aura with the performing, and there was some subtle changes with him while he was performing with the ladies. When they were not noticing or something like that, he started to express something, some weary things, very minute things. Those moments also were very special for us.
It is. I'm just speechless to know that he
Yeah,
was the one who came up with chewing the cigarette, because that is
yeah,
something that is so memorable. Like, yes,
yeah,
there's the part that he takes out the rings of smoke. Yes, that
yeah,
it
yeah,
was his.
yeah, yeah. It
But
was
then
also his.
you see someone chewing a
Yeah. That
cigarette.
was totally unexpected and very
It
exciting
is.
also. We used the
Yes,
same
of
thing
course.
for the climax portion also.
Wow. I'm
Mm.
not done getting amazed by Mammootty, sir. And
Okay.
even at this stage of the career that Mammootty, sir, is right now, that
Yeah.
obviously many people would think that because he's a bit older now, they would put him in the role of a father. Or,
Mm.
people usually they don't take so many challenges like he does. He completely goes out of the box. We got it here in Kalamkaval. We also, like you mentioned, we got him in Brahmayukam.
Mm.
How do you see this fearless phase of his journey? What do you think of, sir? And what do you think he might do also in the future?
I think nobody can predict what he's going to do or something because he doesn't have any kind of restrictions or boundaries of a stardom. He doesn't even care about stardom and other things carrying with that stardom thing. Because the only thing that excites him is his ability to express himself as an actor and explore himself into different dimensions and other things. Because we know that over the course of some 4 5 years, he started doing this kind of experiments, and we are lucky to have a matured cinephile and a matured normal cine going audience around us. They started to realize this selection criteria, and they started to uh, clap for him, clap for his selection process and other things. Because and then they also never bothered about his stardom and other things. They started to applaud him for his selection and performance. Maybe that gave him an extra energy or extra boost to continue those kind of selections and those kind of exploration of selecting different kinds of characters which are not liable to the stardom or this protagonist thing or anything like that. He's always keen about expressing himself by choosing different characters from the spectrum between the protagonist and antagonist concepts. He's not bothered about those kind of things. He's trying to express himself in a different manner. That's only like driving force.
Yes, he's a very genuine actor, and you can see with his performances what he
Yeah,
shows. As an audience, I think in the end you can feel certain
yeah,
performances that the actor is being genuine. And
yeah,
on the contrary, we also have you casted Vinayakan. I think
yeah,
I hope I'm pronouncing it right. We saw him. The most iconic that I have seen till now is his role in Jailer, that he was the
yeah,
villain, he played the
yeah,
antagonist. But then in here we have him as the main hero.
yeah,
How that happened? I know you had decided on someone else
yeah,
for the main role, but then he came up. How did it happen? Because we know Mammootty sir, he could be anyone. He could be either the hero, the
yeah,
villain,
yeah,
talented. So
yeah. Yeah.
how this happened?
While discussing about the options for that character, Mammookka one day suggested Vinayakan's name. And he's an excellent actor. He has a history of doing different kind of characters throughout his career. But his normal method of acting was like associating with some expressive characters. Some some ex, they have some kind of trait with themselves. You know the character in Jailer. He has done similar characters many times, but our character is slightly different. This character carries a lot of internal conflicts along with him. He has some kind of special urges to do some illegal things or something like that. But he is always liable to the legal system, so he always suppresses those kinds of emotions and urges, and that makes him always carry a pretentious aura along with him. that makes him act, that makes this actor to act in a controlled manner. That's something new for Vinayakan. It's slightly different from the old characters he has done throughout his career. So this I always felt like this can be some kind of a new experience for us. Him doing this kind of a character, and there you can while watching the film, you can see him express himself in a louder manner in some moments of the film, only when it's required. Uh, so we always felt like this is going to be something new because he's gonna do it. So he will do it in an iconic manner and like that. And we are very happy with his performance. Now everybody is discussing about him, everybody applauding him. That's a very nice thing.
Yes, you did something that I don't know if you did it on purpose or
Uh, mm,
if you guys did it like it just happened.
uh,
That without thinking, or you broke the audience's perception of two amazing actors.
yeah,
Not only did
yeah,
you cast Mammootty sir as the villain, then you cast him. Was
yeah.
it something that you wanted to do on purpose, that besides having this debut, we also wanted to show, here I'm showing you these two great actors that you already have a perception, but with this, I'm showing you something different from them?
It was not like that. We actually after finishing the screenplay of the film, we had a conference on that subject. So while choosing these two actors for these prominent roles, it was like those characters are very unique and they have some kind of connection also between them. They have some internal conflicts. They have some internal connections, and they are. We always try to make them do justice to the character only, not like about. It is a fact that they are doing a new thing, but we weren't very much bothered about that thing. They are going to do something they haven't never done before. We weren't bothered about it. We are always felt like we have been designing a character, so let's make it in a better manner because we have got some two kinds of treasure with us, some two legendary actors. So make our characters so reliable, so relatable, or so iconic. That was the only intention we had. We weren't bothered about those kind of things.
I'm glad you answered like that. That it is not only about the name, but it is also how they're managing the characters and more about the movie than the stardom that they
Yeah,
have.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And when
Because
it comes to
they were also so supportive about it. They were also not about bothering about the stardom and other things. They were also excited about the characters and the screenplay. So that also helped us.
yes, I can imagine that it is a huge help, especially when you're doing your debut. It is something that helps you so much. And having two people that they have already had so many movies, that they give you advices, that they give you new perspectives. And I think there are so many lessons. Do you have any lesson in particular that you will take with you for your next film?
About this act is the most important thing about them is having a very clarity about your screenplay and your characters. They may have a lot of doubts about many things about the director, about the dialogues, about the co-actors, about the minute expressions and some kind of dialogue deliveries and its speeches and everything. So make sure you have a very clarity about your characters and the whole screenplay, and especially about this. Those short divisions also. That's also important. And the ability to articulate the whole thing is also very important. There are many new people, there are new actors, and many other things. Having a good skill of articulation is a very good, very good skill set for you to while doing this kind of films. That's the main thing I think I've learned through the process.
Another thing that I was having a doubt is having these two amazing actors on the screen. And in the end, they're, like you said, they're a bit similar in some things, but they're also quite contrasting when it comes
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the end result of them. How
yeah.
did you manage that they would not overshadow each other?
The thing is like the screenplay itself have a separate space for them. They have their own tracks. They have some combination sheets and other things. So we were not bothering about that thing. Also, we were just like just let's shoot this thing in that manner only. Naturally, there would be a space for both of them, and they were not going to intervene or something like that. We had a kind of conflict in that subject also. Subject. So we were like, we can just make this movie. They are two very capable actors. They have their capability and potential for delivering these two characters. So let's do it in natural manner, and we can figure it out in the editing table. And it was not a it was a right decision, I think.
Another thing in here is the eerie presence that you were able to bring on the screen. It was not only the performance, yes, a huge part is the performance of Mammootty sir,
Yeah,
but
uh,
another thing is the music. How you were
yeah, yeah.
able to manage the music, the camera angles. How does that work? Because I know it is like a puzzle, trying to assemble all
Yeah,
these
yeah,
things
yeah,
to make
yeah,
a
yeah,
perfect
yeah,
scene.
yeah. Yeah.
How do you pull it off?
The screenplay itself possesses some kind of non-linear narrative and some kind of small complex narratives also were there, which are not easily relatable to many people. So we had this decision in our team that we are gonna make it in a unique manner. We are not gonna have a lot of gimmicks or anything like that. And the music is very very important. So I had my reference music with it, but I never made it listen to the Mujib. I just try to articulate what I need. And I know he has a history of doing this Kiskindagana, so I had a confidence in it. And while doing the music, while doing the first reel itself, I made the corrections with him, and I tried my level best to articulate the mood I need from his music, and he understood it very clearly. He started delivering the amazing music. Always surprises us with uh, with a very good improvement and other things. So it was his contribution that helped me creating this kind of atmosphere with the music. And the DOP also was very very helpful. He had a lot of homework to do because this film was a little different than his other films, means the genre wise and in the scale wise and everything. So he went on to do a lot of homework and making a lot of references and other things. And we were always very keen in following some kind of pilots, and he helped me a lot for creating that visual imaginary and that visual eeriness for the film. So the total atmosphere, I had this amazing team with me. I could somehow they got my vision and they supported me in a very good manner.
Yes, I guess I can hear you had a lot of synergy. And are you surprised with the success that this movie has had?
Yeah, really, because because of the nature of the narrative structure and other things, I always felt like there will be a certain amount of people who cannot connect with the film in a righteous manner. But after the release, it was like a very 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 surprising thing for us because the response we are getting now is beyond our imagination. A lot of calls and messages and very many discussions going on over the social media, and many people started calling me and started uh, started saying their admiration towards the film and like that. So it was very overwhelming and it was very very surprising. I never expected this kind of an reaction. It's very very pleasant.
Having your debut film, it must
Mm.
be mind blowing for you. And
Yeah, yeah.
compared to other industries,
Mm.
why do you think Malayalam industries they prioritize the character over having a star? Like bringing someone that has the stardom,
Mm,
but
mm, mm,
there it is most like we have this character, we want to find someone that matches it.
mm, mm,
It is
mm, mm.
different compared to what we're seeing in other places. What do you think the crowd in there are like that?
The crowd is slightly different. They have a slightly different cinematic literacy. They are exposed to some kind of world cinema or something like that. So they have a cinematic literacy with them to accept different kinds of cinemas. I think that helps us bringing out something new. And the main important thing is, unlike the superstars from many other industries, our superstars are like they are very good actors too, and they have an art to explore the actors in them while by doing different kinds of roles. They are very capable in it, and they are very confident in selecting negative shades and other things. They are not worried about the stardom. We can see many other superstars from many other industries. They are always trying to follow a template. Uh, Most of the characters are they look some kind similar. They always try to follow a template movies, and and reinvent their startup. But our superstars are not that worried about those kind of things because they know our audience. They are also keen to watch them perform well. They are also not in favor of them exploring their startup other than showing their talent as actors. So that thing is a very good sign for the filmmakers to explore different genres and different characters. So that's a kind of blessing for us.
Yes, yes. Well, your industry, your people, you're the ones who are bringing so many different types of movies, so many different types of genres and stories that we don't expect. I think few of the best movies of the years will belong to the Malayalam industry. And
Yeah.
for you, what do you want audiences to remember from Kalamkaval? Would you like them to remember the performance, the music, the screenplay, or how bold it was by the choice of the topic?
I think the whole cinema, it's a very subjective thing. There are people who are overwhelmed by the screenplay and other things. But most of the people are overwhelmed by the charismatic performance of the lead actors. And many people talk about the music. I think they should carry the whole cinema within them. And there are some, we try to showcase some kind of reality of the society. There are some reasons behind those victims. They are the products of the socio-political scenarios that impose them to fell into that trap. So I am happy if they recognize it and discuss about those things also.
One last question for you. What would you like to do for your next project? You want to continue on this line of doing this dark type of movies? Or in the future, would you like to change genres, explore more other areas? Do you have any goal in mind?
Yeah, means I have a connection. I have an admiration towards action films also. So I would like to explore in that genre also. Maybe I will try my level best to do something in that genre also. That's another favorite genre of mine.
I know you make a great job. You did something so grounded, so realistic that even I got scared for one moment from a Mammootty, sir. Congratulations on that success. To do one rapid fire round of questions.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
Yeah. So the first one, Mammootty, sir, in one word.
A legendary actor with uh, who doesn't care about stardom.
It is impossible to describe him in just one word. Now, Vinayakan, underrated or finally recognized?
In between, I think.
Someone somehow reaching up.
Yeah,
Hopefully, soon he'll reach the recognized. All right. One Malayalam actor who deserves more challenging roles.
I think maybe Prithviraj.
Okay. Thriller or horror? Which genre excites you the most?
Thriller,
Thriller. Describe Kalamkaval in one line.
a kind of crime drama merged with crime thriller. I don't really get it actually.
In short, go ahead and watch it in the movie theaters. You will enjoy it. Yes, it is hard to describe in one line. I agree with you. And I have another question, which is my personal question.
Okay.
How is it for you wanting to direct a movie? Like, I know as a director, you'll have a preference for directing certain type of movies, but is your personal preference as an audience different?
Not big difference is there. I think they are somehow connected. I think.
Very interesting to hear this. I think very few times we get to know really about the personal preference of the directors. And thank you so much, sir, for giving us the time. I know you're super
That I get.
busy,
Yeah. Okay.
that you are now you are famous, now you're super successful, and you gave us the time. And I know it was short, but thank you so much for finding the time for us. And I don't know if there's something you would like to say.
I would like to say I'm very thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk about the film in a detail. I would like to say that people who are watching, if you have missed this film, watching on theater, please go to the theaters and watch this film and give me the feedbacks. So feedbacks are very very valuable for me for my future project. So please do watch the film and spread the good news.
Well, guys, you already know. Please watch this movie in the movie theater. I can tell you it is worth it. I think I will watch it again in the movie theaters. It is super enjoyable, especially if you want to see Mammootty sir in a different persona, which is something out of this world. So go
Thank you.
ahead, support the movie. With that said, again, thank you so much. See you next time, guys. Bye.
Thank you.